What's going on, everyone? Um, Back again with another post. Um, Appreciate all the support on the last couple videos I made. You know, it's always good to hear from like-minded people so that I know that I'm in the right direction. You know what I mean? That I know I'm in the right path and that I'm talking about the right things. And because sometimes, in this game, man, you're not going to get any answers from your enemy. You're not going to get outright answers. And you got to be cautious and careful about who you trust and their information, even throughout the Israelites and the targeted. And there's so many different people who are claiming to be with the Most High, and that's why you got to be so cautious about who you give information from. I've been seeing a lot more phoniness from from targets, and I'm going to I'm not going to speak on anyone in particular. I think they should already know who they are. It's a couple people, and you guys should already know who you are. And like the brother was saying, I'm not gonna put his page out there, but if anybody is really interested in what I was talking about as far as the whole demonic versus human um, aspect of this, because it's not a theory, then please hit me up. I have great video content that I found. It's not of me. It's another brother. It's actually two brothers, but one recently I found, and he, his information, the things he was speaking on, man, just kind of, it was so crazy because it was like lining right up with what I'd known. And it's crazy when you hear somebody who you've never met, know nothing about this person, live on two sides of the world, right? And you guys go through the same circumstances, almost in chronological order, and you guys come to realize the same things. It's not but the Most High. And, a lot of my videos are going to be more centered around this realization, because, again, I've always felt that, there was a two sides. I always felt like these people were connected in a manner that just wasn't what was being advertised by other, individuals. And then when you come to realize that those people who you may have suspected as being fake witnesses, it makes sense because they're fake witnesses, which would mean their information is going to be compromised. And you got to understand that, the preacher, when he's trying to manipulate his audience, which most of them already know why they're there, but for the few people, like the children that are growing up in the program who may not be aware yet, they have to mix in lies with truth. And what they do is they do more lying than telling the truth. So they'll tell more lies and mix in a little bit of truth. And that's what you find here on Instagram. You got a lot of people that are centered towards telling a side of a story that only fits a narrative that works for them. And that's what we're not looking for. We're looking for someone who's going to share, the truth, regardless of whether it affects them or not. And you got to realize that this matrix is just set up like that. It's not set up to where the enemy will expose himself outright. So, my videos are going to be a lot more towards, the division, man. That, when the Bible speaks about the wheat and tares, it's like the more you read the word, the more you dissect, and the more you listen to other people's interpretation and the discernment and how they're chopping the word up and how they're receiving it, it can only get better, because the guy was talking about the wheat from the tares and how the wheat from the tares is really human from non-human, and how the Most High said that he had chose before the foundation of this world, this matrix, those who would serve him. And so, at the end of the day, it really does nobody good lying about their position in the kingdom. Whether, lying that they have one. it does you no good, because in the end, you will be outed. We'll all know who is real and who is fake in the end. And, you're really only doing damage to yourself. You're not, you're definitely creating misinformation. You're definitely, and you'll be held accountable for that, because, you're leading the Most High's prophets away. And like I said, you'll be judged and reprimanded for that accordingly. So I don't really get the purpose, man. Again, it goes along with them knowing where their fate is. The video I was talking about earlier, they already know where they're damned to. So my guess is that they're going to take delight in, like another brother was saying, trying to get the Most High's children wrapped up in a bunch of chaos and confusion. It's kind of like taking you misery loves company. And that's kind of what you're finding out with these people. They're miserable when they can't entertain their distractions. So when they don't have their TV, their sports, they can't go out, they can't drink, they can't kill each other in accidents and fights and shootings, and you know what I mean? Like, you think that somebody with common sense would kind of look at the situation like, pollution is going down. You hear them talking about pollution is going down and all these things that the world, the Most High, his elements are breathing. You know what I mean? It's getting a chance to breathe. And these people are just worried about going and getting drunk and having orgies, and you know what I mean? That no one, I commented on someone's post the other day, and I was like, man, no one's thinking about, the drunk driving that has decreased. Because the time in which the Most High brought this plague through, it's during the summertime. You can really say that 2020, beginning of a new decade, there was no summer. The Most High is really cutting off a lot of activities for people, and people are still not, they're not going to wake up. But they're not seeing the bigger picture here. Everybody's just worried about getting back to their distractions and and trying to find a way to cope with their schizophrenia, the demons that enrage their body and their mind, and that's why they're coming up with these concerts and all these things. It's just entertainment, man. What they're saying is people are not content with just listening to music in their own home. They actually they need to see on the cell phone, hook it up to the laptop or TV, and now your favorite artist is just performing their hits. You know what I mean? Like, you see how desperate people are. It's really just a sign of desperation that people are just for needing entertainment, and it's disguised as kind of bringing everyone together. But these same people have scriptures and in their bios, and they got scriptures in their captions, but they'll have a scripture in their caption and bio and a Masonic pose in their picture. So you got to watch out for these people, man, because they're definitely paying both sides.